Hello guys, welcome to Session Lessons. Please after watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. Right? On this lesson, we're going to focus on November 2025 revision. Right? So we're going to deal with paper 2 November 2025. The recurrent paper, we're going to revise this paper together, question after question. I am sure all the instructions are clear, right? All the instructions are clear. So soon after watching this video, you just subscribe, right? You also turn on notification button so that you receive more notifications whenever a new video is uploaded, right? So we are going to start with the first question, which is question number 1, right? Forgot to tell you that on this paper, we're going to focus on section A, which consists of about 52 marks. All right, and you ask it to answer all questions. So the question number 1 is saying 1A, the universal set mother set has subsets P and Q such that the universal set P and Q such that a mother set consists of the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Then this one here is mother set with elements 1 to 10. All right. Then set P consists of elements 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 7. All right. Then Q is a set of factors of 42. So here I managed to come up with the factors of 42. Remember, 1 is a factor of every number. So from 1 to 10, here are the factors of 42. We have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Though we were not asked to write the elements of set Q, but we want to use them later on. Right, let's attack the first part, which is A, 1A item 1. List the elements of P intersect Q, right? Remember, we are dealing with the intersection of P intersect Q here. Want to deal with P intersect Q. For P intersect Q, what we are using here is we want to find the elements which are common in set P and also common in set Q. Here are the elements. You can check set P with the 2, 3, 5, 7. Then you check set Q with the 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Here are the elements which are common, which is 2, 3, 7. So basically for P intersect Q we have 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 7. Because we were just asked to list those elements. Right, item 2. Here is item 2. Here is item 2 where we are asked to find the number of P union Q complement. P union Q complement. The sign we are given here, this sign is representing what we call a complement. As complements is just the meaning of those elements which are not found in P union Q, but they are found in the mother set. All right. So number of P union Q complement, you just say P union Q complement is equals to here are the elements which are not found in P union Q, but they are found in the mother set. We can combine P and Q, then we check the elements which are not found in P union Q. Then they are found in the mother set. All right. Here are the elements with 4, 8, 9, 10. How can you find these elements? First of all, you just may list the elements P union Q. P union Q, what do we have under P union Q? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the elements we have 4, we have 4, we have 8, we have 9, we have 10. Here are the elements you are not found in P union Q, but they are found in the mother set. So we count them because we are asked to check the number of P union Q complement. So we count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just write 4 for the number of elements. All right. Let's move on another question, which is number 1A, 1B. Let's move on question number 1B. Question number 1B, we are asked to The Venn diagram shows the universal set, mother set, and three subsets are A, B, C. The universal set you are given with A, B, and C. The number of elements in each region of the subsets are shown, right? Then given that the number of elements in A is 22. So I mean to say all the elements in this set A, they sum up to 22, right? Remember, B is a subset of A, meaning to say all elements in B, they are a subset of A. I can write this B as a subset of A, meaning to say this B is a subset of A, right? So meaning to say all the elements which are found in set B are the subunits or sub-elements of a set A, all right? Then remember the set A, B, they are intersecting. A, B, they are intersecting. Same applies. A intersecting B is also intersecting A at this point, in this region. But by the way, we're asked to find the value of X. How best can we find the value of X? Remember, X falls under the set A. X falls under set A. But remember, the sum of all those elements, is set A, everything set A and B, because elements in set B, they are also elements of set A. So we just what we have to do is we have to sum up all these elements. Then we get to 22, right? So just say X here is X plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 here. We equate it to 22. So it becomes X plus 12 is equal to 22. So meaning to say that this one is a linear equation. You just have to group the like terms. This gives us X is equal to 22 minus 12 to give us X equals to 10. So basically the value of X here is 10. If you say 10 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6, you should get 22. All right. Then the other part where we ask to find the number of A intersect C. Find the number of A intersect C. Remember, A is something which is outside here, intersecting C, which is this one, right? So we want to go where these two sets intersect. Remember, we want A intersect C. Here is A, something like this. Here is A. Then here is C. Here is C. We go where the intersecting, all right? We go where the intersecting. So we have to sum the elements where set A and C are intersecting, because we ask you to find the number of A intersect C. So what you have to do is you have to say 4 plus 6, which gives us 10. All right. This is basically how best can you come up and work on sets and set notation. All right. Let's proceed. Moving on, another question, which is question number 2. We are now moving on question number 2, which is this one. Right. So question number 2 asks expand 3 minus 2y, 3 minus 2y all squared. All right. 3 minus 2y all squared. So for us to expand 3 minus 2y all squared, what you have to do is we have 3. Here is 3 minus 2y all squared. So what you have to do is 3 minus 2y all squared is equals to, we have to write these brackets separately, but write them twice because the two brackets are multiplying each other. So 3 minus 2y in brackets multiplied by 3 minus 2y in brackets. So the first value outside here, which is 3, is multiplied the second whole bracket. This becomes 3 open bracket 3 minus 2y minus 2y open bracket 3 minus 2y. So let's now expand and simplify. So this gives us 3 times 3, we get 9. 3 times minus 3y to get minus 6y minus 2y multiplied by 3. This gives us minus 6 minus 2y multiplied by minus 2y to give us plus 4y squared. So let's now simplify the like terms. So if 9 minus 12, that's because minus 6y gives us minus 12y. So 9 minus 12y plus 4y squared. That's the solution after simplifying this given algebra. Right, let's proceed. Moving on, question number 2b, where we are asked to factorize completely. We are asked to factorize this given expression. So we are given 2x, we are given 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, right? We are asked to factorize. So for us to factorize this, what you have to do is, first of all, we have to find what you call the product of vector. For the product of vector, what you have to do is we have to multiply 2x squared multiplied by plus 1. This gives us a positive 2x squared. So we have to find the factors of plus 2. The factors of plus 2. If you add them or subtract them, they give us a negative 3. Here are the factors. Where the factors are minus 2x minus 1x. So what you have to do here is 2x squared minus 2x minus 1x plus 1. Let's now factor out what is common here. What is common here is 2x. So only left with x minus 1 inside the brackets. A negative 1 you factor out, left with x minus 1. Right? So we take x minus 2x minus 1. This 2x outside here minus a 1 here. This gives us 2x minus 1, the first expression. Then the other one, you take the one which is common inside here, which is x minus 1. So this becomes the solution for this factorization. Right, let's proceed. Moving on, another question where we were asked to solve the equation. We're given this equation and we asked to solve the equation. All right, so what you have to do here is, since you asked to solve the equation, 3 open bracket 2x minus 1, 3 open bracket 2x minus 1, also minus 2 open bracket 2 minus x. All right, so let's remove brackets. 3 times 2x, you get 6x. 3 times minus 1, we get minus 3. Then a negative multiplied by 2, we get a negative 2. A negative multiplied by a negative x, we get a positive. Why? Just because a negative by negative simply gives us a positive. All right, so let's now group the like terms. We are saying 6x plus 6 plus x minus 3x minus 2x, we get minus 5x, should give us a 7, because everything was equated to a 7 here. So 6x plus 7, 6x plus x, we get a 7x is equals to, then you group like terms, 7 plus 5, we get 12. So we divide both sides by 7. So x is equals to 12 over 7. We just have to convert it from improper to a mixed number. So 7 into 12, it gives us a 1 or 5 over 12. All right, so like I said before, before or after watching this video, let's subscribe, turn on your notification button so that you always receive a notification if a new video is uploaded. All right, so we are now moving on another question, which is question number 2D. Question number 2D, where we are given the equation and we are asked to solve the simultaneous equations. We want to solve the simultaneous equations. We are given 3m plus n is equals to negative 5, which is equation number 1. Then equation number 2, we are given m is equals to 1 minus 3n. M is equals to 1 minus 3m. This one, we can name it equation number 2. So just remember, we have several methods of solving simultaneous equations. You can use the elimination method, substitution. You can use cross product, can use matrix method, you can use graphical. But basically on this one, for us to not consume much time on this question, we can even use what you call substitution method. Why? Because we already have m under the subject, right? So what you have to do here is, here are the equations. I managed to rewrite the equations. So this one, we have 3m plus n is equals to minus 5. I named it equation number 1. Then m is equals to 1 minus 3n. Then I managed to name it equation number 2. right? So since m is equals to 1 minus 3n, so there's no other way I can make m the subject because m is already the subject. So what I have to do is I have to substitute m for 1 minus 3n in equation number 1. All right, so where there is m, I have to substitute by 1 minus 3n. So consider equation number 1, which is 3m plus n is equal to minus 5. Where there is m, I have to substitute. So 3 open bracket 1 minus 3n plus 1 is equal to minus 5. So 3 minus 9n plus n should be equal to minus 5. So grouping like terms, it gives us minus 9n plus n, it gives us minus 8n is equals to minus 5 minus 3 to get minus 8. You divide both sides, you simply get n is equals to 1 right here. N is equals to 1 right here. Right, let's move on. How to find the value of m, since we managed to come up with the value of n after substitution. So let's substitute n for 1 because we came up with the n is equals to 1. So let's substitute n for 1 in equation number 2 for us to find the value of m. So we are saying m is equals to 1 minus 3 times 1. So this gives us m is equals to 1 minus 3. This gives us minus 2. So here are the solutions for the simultaneous equation. All right. Let's move on another question. Let's consider another question. Another question here we are given here is question number 3a. Remember a question number 3a, we are given a vendor. How many marks we were awarded for that question? We were added 3 marks for that question. All right. A vendor bought 120 cabbages. A vendor bought 120 cabbages at 7,200 for sale. Right? Then the vendor sold all the cabbages at $45 each because the market was flooded. At some point, there was a high supply of cabbages. So the vendor managed to sell, instead of selling these cabbages with a higher price, the vendor managed to sell them at $45 each. So probably the vendor made a loss after this occasion. All right, so we were asked to calculate the percentage loss. Yes, the vendor made a loss. So asked to calculate the percentage loss made by the vendor after selling the products or after selling cabbages at $45 each. So what you have to do here is we have to check since the vendor managed to buy 120 cabbages at 7,200, which is a good price indeed. Right, so we want to calculate how much does the vendor earn from selling those 120 cabbages, selling each at $45. So meaning to say each is $45. What more about the 120? So simply means we have to multiply $45 multiplied by 120 cabbages. This gives us 5,400 here. This gives us 5,400. 5,400, that's the amount produced by the vendor after selling those cabbages at $45 each. Right. So the question here, we asked it to calculate the percentage loss. Right. So this one is the price produced after selling those 120 cabbages at $45 each. So what you have to do here is we have to subtract the buying price minus buying price minus selling price, right? Buying price. Remember, if buying price is more than selling price, it simply means there is a loss here. There's a loss there. So what you're saying here is you have to say 7,200, that's the buying price, minus 5,400, that's the selling price. We came up with the 1,800. 1,800, that's the loss. All right. So we have to, for us to find the percentage loss, you have to say percentage loss over, we have to say percentage loss is equals to loss over cost price multiplied by 100%. Here is the loss. The loss here is 1,800 over the cost price or buying price, which is 7,200 multiplied by 100%. If you check these zeros here, you left with 18 by 100, then divided by 72. You come up with the percentage loss of about 25% from the cost price and the selling price, right? Let's subscribe, guys. Once you meet this channel, um, subscribe so that we always enjoy more videos throughout the channel. I'm going to upload past exam papers using this way so that you can understand how best can we work out on these past exam papers. All right. So we are now moving on another question, which is number 3B. All right. Number 3B. The exchange rate between the Zimbabwean dollar and the United States of American dollar on a certain day was the Zimbabwean dollar was 85. You might say 85 bond or 85 zig. So 85 zig was equivalent to about a dollar, American dollar, right? This one is Zimbabwean dollar compared to US, United States dollar. So United States dollar is equivalent to 85 Zimbabwean dollar. So express US $170 in Zimbabwean dollars. So we asked it to convert United States dollars, which is $170 to Zimbabwean dollars. All right. So just remember, we have to use simple proportion. What you are saying here is US States dollar is 85 Zimbabwean dollar. What more about 170 American? This is more as compared to the one above. So if more, a bigger number on top, we simply multiply 170 multiplied by $85. 170 American dollar multiplied by 85 Zimbabwean dollar. The product of the two gives us 14,450 Zimbabwean dollar. All right, let's move on another question, which is question number 3C. On question number 3C, we are given the question regarding on interest. So calculate the simple interest if 6,000 is invested at 7.5% per annum for a period of about 5 years. Calculate the simple interest. Remember, the best way to calculate the simple interest is interest is equals to PRT over 100. Interest is equals to PRT over 100. By the way, you are saying interest is equals to principal times rate times time or over 100. But you are given the principal is 6,000, then rate is 7.5, then time is 5 years or over 500. All right, so interest is equals to 6,000 multiplied by 7.5 multiplied by 5 or over 100. So we have to cancel all those zeros. So this gives us 60 by 7.5 by 5. The product of the 360 by 7.5 by 5 gives us 2,250. So 2,250, that's the interest after investing $6,000. Right? So considering another question, which is the question number 3D. Let's consider question number 3D. On question number 3D, a bank offers loans to farmers at a compound interest rate of 4.5% per annum. All right, then we ask it to calculate the total amount to be paid by the farmer. Calculate the total amount to be paid by the farmer who borrows 45,000 for a period of 2 years. All right, so we want to calculate how much the amount. So we were saying here is we are given that the P we are given, which is 45,000. Well, that's the principal. Then rate we are given 4.5%. Time we are given 2 years. Right here. So the formula for us to find the compound interest is here. Amount for the compound interest equals principal open bracket 1 plus r of 100 or to the power t, whereby p principal, r rate, t time. Simple substitution. So you are saying a is equals to 4,500 open bracket 4.5 over 100 plus 1. If we simplify this one, we get 49,141.125 dollars. Right? You can even round these cents. So the amount becomes 49,141.13 cents. And this amount is payable within a period of 2 years. All right, so let's move on to question number 4. Let's consider question number 4. Right, on question number 4, we are given questions based on matrix. Right, how many marks we added for these questions under matrix? 3 marks for the first part. Then we also given 2 marks to give us 5. 5 plus 3, 8. So 12 marks was awarded for matrix. All right, that's a good mark indeed. So let's check the first part. 4A, it is given that. 4A, it is given that 3, a matrix 2 by 2 matrix with 3A 4 2 plus 2 open bracket minus 2 4 B minus 5 should be equal to minus 1 15, a 10 and a C. All right, find item 1A, item 2B, item 3C. Right, so what if to do here is we have to check where is A, where is B, where is C, right? A is right here, B is right here, C is right here. So first of all, what you have to do here, we have to repeat the same matrix as it is 3A 4 2. Then you take this what you call the scalar of matrix, second matrix, the scalar plus 2. So you take plus 2, multiply the second matrix. This gives us a 2 by a negative 2, we get a negative 4. A 2 by B, we get a 2B. A 2 by 4, we get 8. 2 by minus 4, we get minus 10, which is equals to we write this matrix, the solution matrix, it is minus 1 15 10 C. Right, we check where there is A is right here. Remember, A is 1 on the second column. Second column is where A falls. A falls under second column. So second column is where there is A. We have also to take the second column, we have 8, then the last column we have 15. We have to equate them. So we are saying this A, all right, here, plus this 8 is equals to 15. We form equation. So A plus 8 plus A plus 8 is equal to 15. We solve group like terms. A is equal to 15 minus 8. So it gives us A is equal to 7. Then for the value of B, for B, remember B falls under the first column. So we have 4 plus 2B is equal to 10. 4 plus 2B is equal to 10. 4 plus 2B is equal to 10. 4 plus 2B is equal to 10 group like terms. So this gives us 2B is equal to 10 minus 4 to give us 6. So 2B is equal to 6. Divided by both sides by 2 to get B. So B is equal to 3. So B is equal to 3 right here. B is equal to 3 here. Right, so let's now check the last part, which is part C, where we asked to find item 3, item 3, we asked to find the value of C. For the value of C, remember C falls under the last solution here. So that's the last second column. So second column, we are equating every value under the second column. I can say second row, second column. We have 2. Here we have 2. So for 2 plus minus 10, otherwise I can say 2 minus 10. Otherwise I can say 2 minus 10. 2 minus 10 is equal to C. 2 minus 10 is equal to C. Let me check. Because that's where we have C here. For the C. All right. I made a bit error right here. Because we asked it to find the value of C. C is right here. So we are saying 2 plus minus 10. It's not supposed to 2 minus 5 to get minus 3. No. It's supposed to be 2 minus 10 to get minus 8. Let me just correct the solution. Because you want 2 minus, because you are saying for C, C, we are saying C equals, because we are saying for the C, we are saying this 2 right here, minus 10 is equal to C. So C is equal to 2 minus 10. So C is equals to minus 8. So I can just correct here as C is equals to minus 8. That's the solution. That's the solution. C is equals to minus 8. Let's move on. Part B. Matrix M is equals to 6, 3, 1, 3. And matrix N is equals to 7 minus 3. Then you ask it to find Mn. Find Mn. That's the product of two matrices, right? So matrix A, matrix M we are given this one 2 by 2 matrix, this one with 2 by 1. So the order of the resulting product, this gives us 2 by 2 multiplied by 2 by 1. So this shows us that we can multiply these two matrices to get the solutions. So the resulting product of the resulting order of the answer is 2 by 1. So let's multiply the two. So we are saying 6 times 7, 42. 42 minus 9, we get 33. We have 6 times 7, 42. 42 plus minus 9, yes, because 3 times minus 3, you get minus 9. 42 minus 9, you get 33. 1 times 7, you get 7. 7 minus 9 minus 2. That's the solution, all right? So item 2. We want to find the inverse of M. M to the power negative 1 represents the inverse. So the inverse of matrix M. Right? For the inverse, we are saying M equals 6, 3, 1, 3. So we first of all have to find the determinant. That's the meaning of determinant. Something like a modulus of M, but that is the determinant dealing with matrices. So we are saying for determinant, we are saying AD minus BC. The one we are saying A is here, B, C, D, right? All right. So we are saying 6 times 3, we get 18 minus 3 times 1, we get 3. So 18 minus 3, we get 15. So for the inverse of M, we are saying 1 over 15, open matrix. Then these ones we interchange. We have 6 here, we have 3 here. We interchange these two. So 3 becomes where there is 6 here, 6 becomes where there is 3 here. So we just interchange them, right? Like it is. Then this one we interchange the signs. Change side, change sign. These ones interchange the signs, but they are all positive. We have to make them all negatives. Instead of making a positive and a negative, we have to make them all positives. Why? Change side, change sign. All right. So the inverse of M is equal to 1 over 15, open matrix 3 minus 3, minus 1, and 6. That's the inverse of M. All right. So the other part, which is B item 2. Under B item 2, we are asked to hence or otherwise find matrix P for which hence or otherwise, hence meaning to say use the solution from above, otherwise use alternative way or use another method of working out to find the value of P. As for me, I managed to come up with this by using what you call hence part. Hence part simply means using the solution from above. All right. So using the solution from above to find the matrix P. So I managed to come up with, remember we asked MP or M times P should give us 3 minus 6 minus 4 minus 1. All right, so MP is equals to 3 minus 6 minus 4 minus 1. This gives us, but we are given matrix M. Matrix M right here is we have 6, we have 3, we have 1, we have 3. Multiplied by P should give us in a 3 negative 6 minus 4 minus 1. Remember, we want to find the matrix P. So I can actually divide both sides by this matrix. Once you divide both sides, when the matrix M falls to the right hand side, once you divide, it becomes inverse. So in other words, what I'm saying here is P is equals to inverse of M multiplied by 3 minus 6 minus 4 minus 1. But remember, the inverse of P is right here. The inverse of M, sorry, the inverse of M is right here, which is 1 over 15 open matrix 3 minus 3 minus 1, 6. So this matrix or the inverse of M is multiplying this matrix even. So we are now saying P equals 1 over 15 open matrix 3 minus 3 minus 1. 6 is multiplying 3 minus 6 minus 4 minus 1. Let's multiply the 2. We can just write 1 over 15 outside. Let's write 1 over 15 outside. Writing 1 over 15 outside. So let's multiply the 2 by 2 matrix. Remember, a 2 by 2, the product of a 2 by 2 matrix multiplied by 2 by 2 matrix gives us a 2 by 2 matrix. All right. So we are saying 3 times 3 we get 9. 9 plus, because we are saying minus 3 times minus 4 we get a 12. 9 plus 12 we get a 21, which is right here. All right, so 21 here. Then 3 times minus 6 we get minus 18. Minus 18 plus 3 we get minus 15, which is right here. Then minus 1 multiplied by 3 we get minus 3. Minus 3 minus 24. Minus 3 minus 24 get minus 27, which is here. So minus 1 multiplied by a negative 6, we get a 6, a positive 6. A positive 6 multiplied by a positive 6 plus a 6 multiplied by 1, it gives a negative 12. So P is equal to 1 over 15, open matrix. P equals 1 over 15, open matrix 21 minus 15 minus 27 minus 12. Right, let's take 1 over 15 to multiply each side. So this gives us 1 over 15 multiplied by 21, we get 21 over 15, we reduce, we get 7 over 5. Then a negative 1 over 15 multiplied by negative 15, we get a negative 1, because we say minus 15 over 15, we get a negative 1. Then 1 over 15 multiplied by negative 27, we get a minus 9 over 5. Then a 1 over 15 multiplied by negative 12, we get minus 12 over 15, we reduce, we get a negative 4 over 5. Right, so here is the matrix P we are asked to find. So P is equals to 7 over 5 minus 1 minus 9 over 5 minus 4 over 5. Like I said before, after watching or before watching this video, or once you meet at this video, or once you meet the link for this solutions, you just subscribe, turn on notifications so that you always receive a notification whenever a new video is uploaded. All right, so we are now moving on another question. Right, on this question, which is question number 5, we are now moving on to question number 5. Right, on this question number 5, right, on this question number 5, we are given a question based on contraction or locus. Right, I had some ordinary level students saying whenever I met locus or contraction, that's where the war began. Right, so there's no other way to worry. For us to work with this contraction of or locus consisting of what you call bearing, we have to maximize your understanding when dealing with bearing for you to come up with quality solutions. Right, so for you to come up with quality solutions, we have to maximize your understanding when dealing with what you call a bearing. All right, so we are given this question, which is question number 5. Question number 5. 3 villages, P, Q, and R are on the level ground, right? P, Q, R are on the level ground. Village Q is 1.4 kilometers from village P on a bearing of north 45 degrees west. Village R is 2 kilometers from village P on a bearing of north 60 degrees east. Use ruler and compasses only and a scale of 1 centimeters to represent 200 meters. Construct on a single diagram the positions P, Q, and R, or Q and R relative to P. 5 marks is added for that one. Then the locus of points equidistant from P and Q, 2 marks. Then the locus of point equidistant from P and R, 2 marks. A ball B is equidistant from all 3 points or 3 villages, P, Q, and R. Mark and label the point P. Alright. Calculate the actual distance of the village from village R from the ball in kilometers. So the actual distance, you want to convert them from centimeters, then meters, then kilometers. By the way, we are saying here is whenever you are given a question based on a locus based on bearing, first of all you have to come up with the sketch diagram, right? Since the question is saying village Q is 1.5 kilometers from P, right? The understanding of what you call bearing is to do where there is from. You go with the is from. Remember, we asked from that the keyword, from P, that the keyword. So we have to work on where there is from, right? So I managed to come up with my sketch diagram right here. Right, so from I have to sketch producing where there is from P. So P is right here. I draw my Cartesian north, south, west, east. From, right, it's about 45 degrees northwest right here, between north and west, where 45 degrees from. We just we have to point out on north, then move for about 45 degrees, estimated 45 degrees. We draw 7 centimeters. Where do you go 7 centimeters? 7 centimeters, you remember your scale is saying 1 centimeter is equal to 200 meters. But now we have 1.5, we have 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers is something like 2,000 meters. Remember, 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. 2 kilometers, 2,000. So you have 2,000 meters, but remember the scale is saying 1 centimeter is 200 meters. Now we have 2,000 meters is more. So if it's more, a bigger number on top, which is gives us 2,000 over 200. You divide, you get 10 centimeters. Right, then for the other one, you have 1 centimeter is equal to 200 meters, then 1,400 meters is as more. So 1.4 over 200, you get 7 centimeters. So from Q from P is about 7 centimeters. Right, then the other one we are given here is the village R 2 kilometers from village P on a bearing of north 60 degrees east. Right, so I might come up with the 60 degrees, something like something which is next to 45 degrees, 60 degrees right here. Then I might come up with 10 centimeters. Then you join these points, because you have 3 villages, P, Q, and R. I managed to come up with 3 points. Because later on, some point which we might be asked to calculate the length of QR. Like at some point, you might be asked to calculate the length. Right, so let's attack the first part. So we want to construct from the sketch diagram, we want to construct and come up with the original solutions. Right, so what you have to do here is, first of all, you have to bisect about the 90 degrees. How best can you bisect 90 degrees? 90 degrees, to bisect 90 degrees, you have to take your compass. Or first of all, you have to draw this line which is horizontal. You draw this line, you point out the mid one, then you mark. Let me just show you what you are supposed to do. Right, so you have to point out here, right? So from there, you mark here using your compass. Then from there, you touch here using a compass, right? You mark here using your pencil, right? You mark here. Then same applies. You mark here, right? Then you touch here, you mark here, here. Where the two intersect, you draw a straight line. So this becomes the north, west, east, south. This one is 90 degrees. 90 degrees right here, right here, right here, right here. All right, so remember we asked to come up with the 45 degrees, right? Like from this sketch diagram. From this sketch diagram, this one, we came up with 45 degrees right here. So we have to bisect about 45 degrees northwest, 45 degrees. So 45 degrees, we have to touch here, right, using a compass. Then you mark here, right? Then you touch here also, then you mark here, so we mark here, then you touch here, you mark here, then you join the two from the center, you come up with the 90 degrees, 45 degrees, something like here. Right. Then remember, you have to measure using your your pencil and your compass from the ruler. You point here and you mark about 7 centimeters from the ruler. Something like here, you check where there's P is something side here. Right. So now we want to bisect about the 60 degrees. Remember, we have 45 here. We want 60 degrees. For 60 degrees, you have to touch your center. You draw a semicircle on the side of Q, on the side of QRSP. Right. So for 60 degrees, using the same radius, you used to draw this one. You have to touch this side, then you mark something like here, you mark here. Once you mark here, remember, this one is about the 60 degrees. This one is 60 degrees. But remember, this one is 90. So this one is 45 degrees. This one is 60 degrees. So we only left with the 30 degrees here. This one is 30 degrees. But you want 60 degrees. Since you want 60 degrees, this one is 60. This one is 30 degrees. So you want an extra 30 degrees, like here. 30 degrees. How can you come out with 30 degrees? So you are saying from this 60 degrees, here, you have to bisect further into 2 to get 30 degrees. Right? You touch here, then you mark here, Once you mark here, you point out and cross the 2, you draw a straight line. So this one, you come up with the 60 degrees. Let me show you a clear picture of where the 60 degrees falls. 60 degrees right here. Right, so for 60 degrees right here, yeah, so you have to take your compass and the pencil, you measure a distance of 10 centimeters from the ruler. You mark where P4, where R falls, right? You join the two, this point, this one, you come up with this one. Right, so from there, you manage to take all those 5 marks from the first part. Right, positions Q and R relative to P, that's where 5 marks begins. Locus of points equidistant from P and Q. Locus of points equidistant from P and Q. For the locus of points equidistant from P and Q, we go where there is P and Q. P here, Q is here. We have to take your compass, right? You click here. Then once you click here, all right, let me show you what you are supposed to do using your compass. You click right here, right? Once you click right here, you mark this. Without raising your compass, you also have to mark here, right? Using the same radius, you have to click here, right? So something like where there is Q here. You click here, you mark here. Same applies without raising your compass, you mark here, you join the two. Join the 2 points of intersection, right? Using your certain ruler, right? So that's the locus of points equidistant from P and Q. Right, so from there, you have to, the locus of points equidistant from P and R. You go where there's P, E, R, I, C, E, P, R, P, R. You do the same like what you used to do. You click here, said like you click where there's P, you plot here, right? Without raising your canvas, you plot here. Same applies using the same radius or the same radius. You click here, you draw here, you draw here. Where there is an intersection, you draw a straight line. You draw a straight line so that those 2 points intersect. All right. So this is basically how best can you work out with the locus of point equidistance from a certain point. It's like a bisector, perpendicular bisector, P and Q. Right. So let's move on another question. A ball B, was the main aim of this village is to insert a ball. A ball B is equidistant from all 3 villages P, Q, and R, right? Equidistant from all those. So we have to go where all those equidistance intersect, because you want to come up with the exact location where the ball might be installed. So a ball B is equidistant from all 3 villages P, Q, and R. Mark and label the point B, right? So you go where there is intersection of equidistance. All the equidistance from this and from this and from this, they intersect at this point. That's where the ball might be installed. All right. So moving on another question. Here is the question, part C. Calculate the actual distance of village R from the ball in kilometers. Calculate the actual distance of the village R from the ball in kilometers, right? So what you have to do here is you have to check where there is a ball and R, right? So a ball and R, just remember, you have to remember a ball is right here, then R is right here. You have to take your ruler, and measure the distance from this point B to where there is R using a ruler. Right, once you measure, you come up with the distance in centimeters. As for me, I managed to come up with of about 7 centimeters. But remember, 7 centimeters is something like something we have calculated before, 7 centimeters. So 7 centimeters is from 1,000 meters. 1,000 is from 1,000, 1.4 meters. But 1.44 meters is something like 1.4 kilometers. So 7 centimeters is 1.4 kilometers, coming with the actual distance. So the actual distance is always given from the ground, given in kilometers or in meters. But by the way, we ask you to give the actual distance, but each is given in kilometers from the given question, right? So like I said before, guys, after watching or before watching this video, please try to subscribe so that you always receive a notification whenever a new video is uploaded. All right, so those who want to join my online class, right, you can contact me using my number. You can even check my number right here, which is 077814522. Just message me so that you can join my online class. Let's subscribe. Thank you so much.